What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, I gotta be honest with you guys. I've been trying to be a little bit more laid back, but there is one thing that just absolutely drives me mad when it comes to just the franchises that I know and love. And that's when an individual or a person out there who doesn't care about games in any way, shape, or form decides that they want to go ahead and mass produce, TV series and movies about video games that people love and admire and are very passionate about. Now, for any typical, now for any typical game head, that's a dream come true. Like a Call of Duty fan would love to see, a massive movie that is scaled perfectly and has a great budget. A Battlefield fan would love some war stories or anything, Assassin's Creed and Gears of War and all this stuff, man. We would all love to see these games brought to life. But the problem that we have here is, like I said, the individuals who want to go ahead and bring these games to life, they just simply don't care. And it's gotten to a point where I think us as just an overall community, not just one specific game, but just in general, gamers, we just kind of come to a conclusion that we don't expect much out of these TV series or these movies. Yeah, they're not all bad, but I don't think there's really been a banger. One has maybe been mediocre, but nothing ever just shoots for the stars. And they always miss that mark, and I think it's because they don't take advantage of what made the game popular in the first place, what made the story so outstanding. And I will say, there is one exception. I think The Witcher is actually a pretty good series, but other than that, like I said, across the board, I'm not extremely impressed, especially being a hardcore fan of a lot of these franchises that they're trying to bring to life. Nothing really hits me. Nothing really hits home. Even for Halo, for example, they're not even trying to keep the main core game story intact. They're trying to give their own alternate universe of, what Halo is all about while still maintaining some of the same characters. It's just, everybody tries to give their brand new, unique twist instead of just giving us fan service. But ladies and gentlemen, let me go ahead and tell you something. Today's video is going to top everything you have ever heard, ever seen, every fluke, every disaster that is possibly known with television series that are trying to copy popular game franchises. Now, I'm pretty positive the majority of all of you probably have heard of this game at least once. Even if you haven't played it yourself personally, you've at least heard the title mentioned around you. The Last of Us. This game was an absolute banger. The second one, I heard the story was a little, iffy for a lot of people. But at the end of the day, visually and cinematically, the games are just, they're way ahead of their time, in my personal opinion. And they're fantastic. But once I heard they're going to go ahead and make a TV series out of it, I can't lie, the inner gamer nerd of me is screaming, yes, finally, I love the game. I would love to see them try to turn it into some sort of live action film, especially if they can actually nail it. They put a good budget behind it because obviously the budget behind the game is solid. Why wouldn't they do the same for the TV series, right? But every single step of the way, I tell you, when it comes to this TV show, it just gets worse and worse and worse with the information. And as you can see right here, this is a quote from Bella Ramsey, who is going to be playing Ellie. I was advised to not play the game, but I just watched some of the gameplay, though, secretly, not even, publicly known, not even with them acknowledging that she is trying to gain information about what this game is all about. No, none of that nonsense. She has to go behind their backs because it's against their plan of what this show is all about. And God only knows what's going to happen, to her actual character, because that might have influenced her in a different way, and it might cause problems behind the scenes. Hopefully not. I don't really think it would, especially, coming from a professional. She should be able to handle it all. But the main point here that I'm trying to make is that this is just absolutely disgusting. How do you expect you're making a show revolved around a game. A popular game to be exact. So you would think they're tapping into the marketplace of the people who enjoyed the game, right? So the people who are going to watch the film, the people who are going to watch the TV series are probably going to be the majority of them from the game. but you don't give them any fan service. What do you expect is going to happen? I mean, it might get views, it might gain some traction, it might get some numbers still, but it's going to be nowhere near as popular as the game itself. I can guarantee that. It's depressing to see because there's so much potential here. And I understand the other side of the story as well, that they don't want to go ahead and copy the story that's already popular as it is, right? The game itself is already a cinematic experience. You're paying 60 plus bucks to get that game, and it's perfection. I mean, you're pretty much like you're at the movies playing it. So they're not trying to mimic it, copy it, take its style, or anything of that sort. But at the end of the day, you are killing the show right off the bat when you try to change the main cast. It makes no logical sense. For someone coming from the outside, yes, who cares? They don't know who these people are. They have no emotional attachments from the past, so they don't care who this person is, what they, did, who they, nothing. They have no emotional attachment, so they're coming in fresh, and it's fine for them. But as someone who loves The Last of Us, they know who this character is. They know what they're like. To have someone be told to play a completely opposite role is going to automatically, I'm not saying slowly, I'm not saying, it's going to gradually automatically turn them away from the TV series. They will never want to watch it because of that one exact reason. This isn't, something that's partial. This isn't something that might happen. No, this will happen. It's stupidity at its finest. They shouldn't be trying to change it in this way with the characters. They should be trying to change the different situations. Maybe plan around different events around the same, time period. Maybe events that might have not happened in the game. Something that happened on the side that was never shown, but it will be unique to actually see it within a TV series. Or maybe they can fill plots that happen after. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sitting here trying to, go on a freaking board and write down ideas for these people who literally spend their whole life doing exactly that. It's not my job to go ahead and do so. But you get the point I'm trying to make here. Keep the characters and add a new story. Add something interesting, different, new events, something that sparks. But the second you change their identity, that in my opinion is just way too much. And on that, I don't know. I guess it's something that we will have to see before we can judge. But it's definitely 110% something that I am not confident about whatsoever. And of course, as always, you guys know how I am on this channel. I gotta be real with you guys 24/7 all day, every day. More than likely, I'll end up watching it. Any fan of The Last of Us is going to end up watching it, Don't lie about it. You're going to be a little curious on what it's like, what it's about. You'll probably finish a whole season, and then maybe after that, you'll be like, okay, if they come out with, season 2, forget that. I don't even want to bother. But more than likely, we're going to check out and see what it is. It's just part of our nature, part of our, curiosity. But I'm telling you right now, I feel like personally, and I want you guys to go down in the comment section as well and leave your opinions down below, because again, this is all just opinion based. But I personally feel the best way to go about making a movie or a TV series that is based around a game is to make sure it's as close as possible, at least character-wise. And if you are going to mimic any real events, make sure those events are exactly as they are portrayed in the game. And if you're not going to, mimic any events in the game, which I don't think they should really, and that's kind of a waste of talent, a waste of, actual creativity. But if they don't go ahead and take that route, keep the characters the same. Who cares what the events are? Who cares what, the stories are? That's the interesting part about it. We want to see our favorite characters in different events, different situations, different things that we never saw before that will spark our curiosity and get us interested in the series all over again in a different style. That, in my opinion, is what they should be focusing on. But the second they take the soul and the life out of the character that we all know and love from the game, it's pointless. Yeah, someone on the outside will look at it and say, that's fine. They're not going to notice who that character is, and they're going to be starting with a fresh slate. But the rest of us, we know who these characters are. We know what they're like. This is nothing different for us. So to see them, when we see them live and in action, it's going to be conflicting beliefs in our minds that we probably won't even be thinking of actively. But in the back of our minds, our brain's going to be like, that's not what he would say. That's not what she would do. That's not what, he would act like in this. That, why she's doing this now. We're going to be fighting ourselves 24/7 throughout the whole series, and that's not going to be an enjoyable experience. I think it's going to turn more people away than bring people in. And if the core fan base of the game doesn't enjoy it, then I can't expect, any other fan base to actually be built off of it. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Bombers, I hate it. Leave a dislike. Also, for brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me? There's two ways to do so. I have a Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also, want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch. Link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.